Welcome back, guys, to Olgak TV by Matafari. So part 2 of who is Sifuna, why Sifuna, when Sifuna, and the effect of Sifuna on both opposition and the incumbent government. Now, the effect of Sifuna, guys, why Sifuna? For us to look at the effect of Sifuna, first of all, we answer the question, why Sifuna? Now, why Sifuna? After Sifuna successfully splitting ODM and running away with the Linda Mwananchi, Sifuna was chosen by the Olkaks because he's very fluent in English, he's very intelligent, he's very audible, he's a good orator, he can create things out of nothing. But above all, Sifuna is, when you look closely inside Sifuna or into Sifuna's mind, Sifuna is an empty debe. It's an empty debe. Why? Because if we go by the interview done yesterday by Yvonne Okwara on Citizen TV, the man of the moment, in those 2 hours, guys, Sifuna did not say what he is. He did not tell us what he wants. He did not tell us what is his ambitions. Neither did he tell us his alternative bettering Kenyans or better than Ruto. He did not give us an alternative. He did not tell us, because Ruto is building affordable houses and he does not support. He did not tell us what he's going to do other than Ruto's affordable houses. He did not tell us what he's going to do about the unemployment of Kenyan youths. He did not tell us what he's going to do about the industries. He did not tell us what he will be doing about the education. He did not tell us Share is not working. So he did not tell us, because Share is not working, what he will do as an alternative so that Share can work. That's why I tell you, when you look into the skull of Sifuna, you see an empty debe. So who is Sifuna? Sifuna is Uhuru in mask. Sifuna is Uhuru in mask. Now let's come to the effect of Sifuna. Sifuna was brought about into the opposition for the following three main reasons. Reason number 1, having successfully split the ODM into 2 functions, it comes to reason number 2. Reason number 2, Sifuna was to be made a better orator, a better opposition leader, a better audible person, so that his voice can go above the voice of Kalonzo. Kalonzo, who was just rating behind Ruto at 28% by the end of the month of April. So by the rise of Sifuna, we have seen the fall of Kalonzo. While Sifuna's rating was going up from 0 to 2 to 4 to 7 to 12 and now to 21, the rating of Kalonzo fell from 28, 25, 24, 17, 13 and now 12. So the rating of Kalonzo dwindling while the rating of Sifuna going up. So the objective of Sifuna in opposition was to come and silence Kalonzo, and that is why in the last 3 months Kalonzo has not spoken, or we don't know about the whereabouts of Kalonzo. We don't know if Kalonzo is in opposition or in government. So the role of Sifuna was to come to dismantle Kalonzo. The role of Sifuna, he was to come to dismantle Kalonzo. On whose benefit? On benefit of the Olkaks. And when I talk about Olkaks, this is the Kenyatas, this is the Mois, this is the Uhurus, the Rutos, and among many other politicians being used by the European Council or the bloodline families of the US and the Britain. So the effect of Sifuna on opposition was Sifuna was to dismantle Kalonzo, and he has done it successfully. Effect of Sifuna on Ruto or on incumbent. Number 1, Sifuna has affected the matrix of Ruto's succession politics. The plan of Ruto was to have Musalia Mudavadi as the running mate come 2027. This explains why there is a very high voice or demand from the ODM now asking why, asking that Ruto to consider Honorable Wycliffe Ambeza Oparanya to be the running mate in 2027. Why? Because according to them, Ruto was picking Musalia Mudavadi as the running mate 2027, and they were saying if ODM is going to be a partner to UDA, then when UDA is producing a presidential candidate, ODM should produce the debut president. Therefore, they are representing Ambeza Oparanya having outwinked Honorable Joho of Mombasa. Maritime. Okay. So guys, the effect of Sifuna on government is very simple. Sifuna has dismantled, or Sifuna has challenged, or Sifuna has made Ruto to change his goalposts on who is going to pick as a running mate. Now, instead of picking Musalia Mudavadi as a running mate, neither will he pick Oparanya as a running mate. If Sifuna, who is Kalonzo, if Sifuna, who is Uhuru Kenyatta in Mask, going to be on ballot 2027, then President Ruto will not pick Musalia Mudavadi or Ambeza Oparanya as his running mate, because all of them are coming from Western. If Sifuna is going for a higher post, how do you pick somebody to deputize you? All the votes will go to Sifuna. Therefore, Ruto is changing the matrix, and this explains why Kalonzo is silent. Ruto has sent emissaries to Kalonzo to tell Kalonzo that he should jump ship to the government so that he can be given, or he can be given the slot of the deputy president. Therefore, according to me, or according to Kalonzo Musyoka, Kalonzo cannot deputize Sifuna, because Sifuna is junior and Kalonzo is senior, having been a vice president with the Kibaki. So it is only fair that Kalonzo can only deputize another president, but not as somebody who is coming to be a president. So Kalonzo can much feel better or comfortable to deputize Ruto than to deputize Sifuna. This explains why Kalonzo has been silent, thinking, planning, and waiting for the right time to jump ship or to announce an earthquake that he will be joining Ruto, and the slot is reserved for him. This explains why there is too much noise about Kindiki. And I told you, Kindiki, Ruto measured Kindiki's strength through Olukalau by-election. And Olukalau by-election proved that Kindiki cannot deliver 2 million that Ruto needs from the mountain. Therefore, the 2 million which was supposed to be delivered by Musalia Mudavadi from Western will be shifted to Kalonzo Musyoka's base so that Kalonzo can deliver the canvas to Ruto. If Kalonzo delivers the canvas to Ruto, then Ruto will win. Ruto will win because Ruto has taken half of ODM and he has his base in Rift Valley. He is having cost because of ODM. Therefore, when you add Ukambani plus Northeastern, Ruto makes it 9 to 10 million votes. So the effect of Kalonzo, the effect of Sifuna on President Ruto was to make Ruto change the debut president from Musalia Mudavadi to Kalonzo Musyoka. Now, why is Kalonzo jumping ship? Or before to answer that, now I said Jubilee, which is now going to be Linda Mwananchi, because it's going to be rebranded as Linda Mwananchi. Jubilee is going to be rebranded as Linda Mwananchi, as a red wheelbarrow, being planned by Uhuru Kenyatta, or I said Sifuna is Uhuru in mask. Therefore, because Uhuru is with Ruto, or Uhuru is playing the high game with Ruto, Uhuru Kenyatta is going to give a weak deputy president to Sifuna, and that is likely Matiang'i. Why? Because if you want Ruto to go home, then you can give Sifuna a younger deputy president, probably Irungu Kangata from the mountain, or Medhu from DCP. This will crash Ruto early in the morning by 6 a.m. But Uhuru Kenyatta is not likely to do that. Why? Because Uhuru Kenyatta wants Ruto to stay in power. Uhuru is part of the system, and Rigathi is part of the system, without forgetting. Therefore, there are high chances that Sifuna is going to be given a very weak running mate, probably Matiang'i. Why? When you give Sifuna, who is having 4 million votes from the Western, plus 2 million votes of Gen Z, that is 6, then you give him a running mate from Kisilan, then the votes will go up to 7 million, and that is not enough to remove Ruto from power. And that is how Ruto will go and win the second term. Thank you guys. This is Matafari, the Olkak TV. Share the video, like, subscribe, and keep watching and listening. I love you guys. Bye bye. Good day.